The incident I'm going to talk about today happened in 2009. It was when the owner of the TV network Globovision was charged with fraud. There is the owner, and Globovision is a 24/7 news outlet, and the owner was charged with fraud in 2009. Here is the owner, Guillermo Zuluaga. He's president and the major shareholder of Globovision, multimillionaire businessman, and a very high profile critic of Hugo Chavez's government. On June the 5th, 2009, Zuluaga was indicted on usury charges, an act of deception carried out for the purpose of unlawful gain. Now, this was immediately condemned by pundits around the world, including John Kerry, who was chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee here in the United States. He called the arrest a blatant effort to intimidate an independent news source. And so that's what this little presentation is all about, to evaluate that claim that the arrest, the charge against an owner of Globovision represented an attempt to intimidate the news. Now, what the charges were really about was Zuluaga's businesses, other than Globovision. He owned two car dealerships, Toyota new car dealerships in Venezuela, and there were two businesses that he owned. Now, in Venezuela, there is a tremendous shortage of new vehicles for sale. And so there is a law in Venezuela that says it's against the law to hoard new vehicles and then sell them for a higher price down the road. It's against the law to hoard new vehicles. So on May 21st, 2009, there was a phone-in tip to the police that Zuluaga was hoarding vehicles at his residence. And so the police raided his residence and they confiscated 24 new Toyotas that he'd been hoarding. And so he was charged with usury. So the Minister of Interior and Justice, Tariq Aissami, came out and explained how he did it. He said that Zuluaga's car companies sold cars to each other, and the trick was to raise the price every time that they sold it back and forth to each other. And so at the end of the day, there would be a paper trail showing what the price was when it was actually put on the market, much higher than the vehicle's original cost. So the Attorney General of Venezuela issued an arrest warrant for Zuluaga on this charge of usury. And what Zuluaga did then was he fled to the United States. The State Department was all over this issue, and Philip Crowley, U.S. State Department spokesman, said this is an example, the latest example of the Venezuelan government's continuing assault on the freedom of the press, and that the Obama administration was seriously concerned about this arrest warrant for Zuluaga. Now, the Venezuela's ambassador to the UN made short business of this claim. Valero simply pointed out that Zuluaga was wanted for crimes related to his automobile business and not for any criticism that he made of the government. So this really raises the question as to whether or not media owners are exempt from the law. If they any arrest that they might do be under investigation for, other than their business, their news business, would be considered an independent blast on the news media. And so that's the real issue here. Was it a censorship, a blast against the news media, or was it simply a criminal charge based on what he was doing with his car business? So the blog, the Venezuela Reader, has a document documenting all of the sources used for this, and you can access that blog to see that write-up.